Welcome to another episode of Active Training with Ryan. In these instructional videos, I am going to show you how to enhance your instruction using ActivInspire. This video is how to create hidden objects and hide them on your board. An example is going to be that when I want to take a presentation and I want to pull out words that are hidden on the page. So I may have a conversation with my students. What is your depth of knowledge of this word? Students have a copy of this presentation at their seats, and there's also one on the board. Through partner discussions and class discussions, I can figure out and learn, using a formative assessment model, what is the classroom knowledge of the word ecosystem. And they put it where it is. The neat part is, again, I'm pulling these words out of nowhere, revealing a hidden object presentation. So we're going to start looking at this one together. So on my layers here, I have a background picture. I have white boxes to show the answers. And I have different text in that is true and false. Now the first way to hide objects on your board is by using a shape. So I'm going to click on my shape tool. I'm going to choose rectangle. I'm going to pick a different color here. And then a white fill color with a black border. I'm going to cover up the object. Now I want to get this picture here, or this shape, somewhat the same color of the presentation. So I'm going to use my color picker that we used in the earlier presentations. To get to the color picker, right-click on one of your colors, choose the eyedropper. The color picker window will appear on your screen. Move the mouse around and click on a color that you most desire. I like this dark green here. Now using the paint bucket tool, I can change my shape to the same color as the grass that's on the page. Now when we think about layering here, this shape or the rectangle is covering up the words, so it's on top of the pile. If I lock this shape down, everything underneath it is still movable. So I'm going to lock this shape down by clicking on it one time. From the drop-down menu or the Object Edit menu in the marquee, I'm going to click on the third button here and choose Locked. Now this is one neat feature about the Promethean software. The Promethean software allows you to lock an object onto the board, but the objects that are underneath it can still be moved. So using the Select tool, I'm able to grab and drag out the answers. How do I know where the answers are? I want you to watch my mouse as I move it slowly over the board. You see how the mouse changed there, and it now has another icon included onto the mouse. That lets you know that there is an object that the Select tool is touching that is movable. So I'm going to click and hold, and again, drag up the object. You see how I move my mouse away from there? It now changed to a solid mouse. When I move over an object, you see it once again how it changed. So you click and hold and drag it out. So that's the first way on how to take presentations and hide them in a layer, by putting a shape on top and locking it down. I want you to take a moment and I want you to try this on your own. Using your texting tool, I want you to write answers on your page. Do a couple of them. Then using your shape tool, I want you to draw a shape on top of your answers. When you're done, click on your Select tool, click on your shape, Object Edit menu, choose Locked. And now all you have to do is drag out your answer. I want you to take a moment and try this yourself. Now that you've practiced this yourself, a neat trick about ActivInspire is that when I use the duplicating key and duplicate my questions or my answers, it also will allow me then to change the layers of the objects. Because all I have to do is take this shape and move it to the top of the layers. So I know that here's my shape here. I'm going to move it into the top layer. Now when I click on my duplicating key, all my answers will go below the box. So all I have to do instead of retyping each one is duplicate it, type it as a new answer, and then move it down below. Now the second way to make objects reveal from hidden is by using clip art as a way to hide your objects. So I'm going to go into Google Images. I'm going to find a picture I want to hide the words under, and I like this one right here. So I'm going to take this image, I'm going to copy and paste it into Microsoft Word here. I'm going to let Microsoft Word remove the background. We practiced this in an earlier presentation. I'm going to double click, choose Remove Background. I'm going to let Microsoft Word remove all the background colors for me. Then any part of the picture I want to remove that I don't like, click on Mark Areas to Remove. I don't want this grass on here. I don't want this grass in between. I don't want the shadow here. When I'm done, I'm going to click on Keep Changes. I'm just going to copy and paste this picture into ActivInspire. And I'm just going to set the picture now on top of the hidden words. As long as whatever you want to hide is on the top, when you lock down the object, anything underneath it is still movable. So I'm going to click on my snake here. From the Object Edit menu, I'm going to choose Locked. Now all I have to do is move my mouse around when I see it change, click and hold, and now bring out your answers. I want you to try this for me now. Click on your text tool, type in your answers, go to Google Images, and I want you to create your own clip art inside Microsoft Word. Put that layer on top, and then lock it. Now the third way to make objects appear out of nowhere from hidden objects is to actually put them behind a picture itself. So I want you to read what it says on the page. Pull a fact from the leaves. Is it true or false? So I'm going to drag down my mouse, watch how it changes, and then you see how it pulled out a picture, or pulled out the answer from behind the picture here. This is a really neat trick to do with students. What's happening here is right now there's an illusion on the page. It looks like I'm able to pull out answers from nowhere on the screen. What's actually happening here is I'm pulling out pictures behind a third layer. Layer 1 is going to be the background picture. Layer 2 is the text. Layer 3 is the same picture that's on layer 1. If you don't believe me, I'm going to show it to you. Watch how I move layer 3 now. Do you see layer 3? What I've done is use the camera tool. I've taken a picture of the object, and I put it back on top. Now I'm super good about being able to place this back where it belongs. we're going to create this one together now. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move these objects out of the way. And I'm going to use my camera tool to take a picture of the page. Now on your toolbar, you're going to see a wrench and a hammer. You click on your hammer and your wrench, and you're going to see an option called Camera. From here, you're going to pick on Area Snapshot. So I'm going to choose Area Snapshot. This window pops up on your screen called Camera Snapshot. Move it out of the way. Now all you do is drag your mouse by clicking and holding and draw the area that you wanted to take a picture of. If you make a mistake, you can move the marquee around to change the size, or you can just simply click and hold your mouse again and drag it over. Once you've selected the area that you want to take a picture of, in the Camera Snapshot window, click on Current Page. Now, when I put this picture on the page, I want you to notice my picture is way too big. Sometimes your picture may be too small. So we have to adjust the size of it. So I'm going to click on my picture here. Using the Object Edit menu, or using the Marquee Edit tool, I'm going to use the one in the lower right-hand corner, and I'm going to shrink the object back down. Now this is where I've spent many times in trying to figure out, well, what's the right size? I almost have it there, but not quite. So if you change the transparency of the object here, I can now see the picture below, and I can see the picture up above. And do you see how I just move the object around? I can see what's underneath it. See that? I have it exactly where it needs to be. So when I change the transparency back to full, you can't tell where the picture is. So I want you to try that on your page now. I want you to bring in a picture off the internet. I want you to come up here into your tool settings. I want you to click on Camera, Area Snapshot. Find the picture or the piece that you want to take a picture of. Click on Current Page. When you're ready, change the size of your picture by using the sizing icons in the marquee. And then to match the picture up where you want it to go, change the transparency of the object so you can see what's underneath it. So again, I'm going to change the transparency one more time. I can see the picture up above and I can see the picture below. And just move your sizing object till they're the same. And when you're done, change the transparency back and you can't tell the difference. The only last thing you need to do is lock down this layer, because right now this layer can move. So I'm going to click on my layer. From the Object menu, I'm going to choose Locked. Now I can put my words in behind. On your own screen now, I want you to try your own. Now that you've practiced on your own, you can create your own presentations that have hidden objects when you drag them out. In this presentation, I've got a hidden layer, but I can pull the answers out, and now I can have hidden answers revealed, creating a really interesting and really neat presentation that adds a layer of excitement and a nice professional look to it. When you're ready, try creating another one.